Good morning from Tucson. I think Luca wanted to say hi. We're doing our walk, and we get to this spot next to City Hall, and who knows what he's gonna find here. But I just wanted to check in, and a lot of folks commented on my video yesterday about grief, and I think some folks actually maybe made some conversations. And I wanted to thank my sister Whitney for giving me a call. I was in the middle of flipping my Airbnb, and I was tired, and it really uplifted me, Whitney, and I really appreciate you giving me a call. She just called to check in on me, and she said, generally we've been trying to check in on Sundays, and I like to now FaceTime with the kids, and like I said, just be Uncle Harley. She said they've been sick, and I guess kids get sick all the time, huh? And so she called me this time, and I just forgot how strong she was. I forgot how resilient my sister is. And, I don't think she's a long talker on the phone, kind of chatty Cathy like Harley is. I could talk all day probably. I think that's one of the business traits that works, for me, is I'm able to pick up the phone and connect and chat, till we get it sorted, whatever it is. And I think my sister, she's very business oriented too, and she just so happens to be have a background in teaching. So she's running a preschool and school in Hamilton, Michigan now. It's kind of a leadership position for her, so I'm very proud of her. But you know what happens when you set your intentions to just maybe do some more videos, maybe feel better, maybe encourage other folks to, call each other, talk to each other, reach out. It comes back to you. And so, I also, my sister's much younger than I am. I kind of left the house probably 6 or 7 years after she was born. So we didn't have a whole lot of overlap growing up, and she had two parents where half my life I had one, and things like that. So I think that matters sometimes. I think sometimes if you have a sibling that's a decade younger than you, it maybe does get a little harder to connect sometimes. And the one thing about losing mom is she's really put her arm around me in a lot of ways to open up her life, and and her kids in particular. And when I was home one time, my dad and I, she was on a business trip, and we went to stay with the family, so her husband had a little support, and it was great. It was great for me, as I don't have kids, I don't have a wife, to see what's the day in the life of my sister like with two kids, and daycare, and that kind of stuff. And I think it was great for my dad as well, because he's done this before. He knows me. And it was only it was a short week, and her husband was there, so it's not like we were alone with them and had to do the nightly tucking in and all that kind of stuff, because Aaron was there for that. But I think it was great for us, because it's definitely great for me, because I had no idea what's a day in the life of my sister like, and also she went to go step into her new role as a business person and as a leader. And flew cross country and that kind of stuff. I'm sure that's not something that happens a lot when you have two young kids. But she stepped into a new role in leadership, and I think she's doing great at it, and challenging in a lot of ways. But it was also a situation where I could connect with the kids, and it was very, very good for me. So thank you, Whitney. Thank you for reaching out. I had a lot of folks also contact me personally about the video yesterday, and it just really helped me realize that I have had a lot of people I've connected with in my life, and from business to friendship, that I think if we be real and we be authentic and we show our hearts, those connections will just thrive over time. And you never know when you're having a slow or tough day who's gonna reach out and tell you something that's just warms up your heart. So I hope you guys all have a heartwarming day. I really appreciate all the love and support that I got yesterday, and I'm gonna try and do more of these. But once again, just reach out to the community more. Reach out to people maybe you haven't chatted with in a while. Check in on each other. Just check in on each other today. And thank you, Whitney, for checking in on me. I really needed it. So love you all, and check in on somebody today. I encourage you.